as Walto makes a run ahead of him. Bergkamp suddenly changed pace through the centre. It's Bergkamp! That's magnificent! The move, and then this, which left Dabby's ass totally stranded.
Hello and welcome to ABW Preview, the show where I go, oh God, I hasn't quite done the tweet that I was meant to be doing. Oh, you bloody useless thing. And then I get angry because, I've got fat fingers. With me today to talk about my fat fingers and my inability to get this show going. Oh, my buttons all over the place. It's Glenn from New York.
Hello, everybody. I hope I did everything right. I haven't done social media live like this in over a month, so I just hope I push all the right buttons. I'm in the backyard because my wife stole my little workspace, so hopefully you can hear me over the construction next door.
What are they having done, the villains? What they haven't done next door? Have you asked them? Did they ask you?
Oh, I don't know. No. You don't have to ask permission on Long Island. You do whatever annoying thing you want between 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. You can do anything.
Don't you go in there, boot the door down, and go, you know, I fucking.
No, we don't do that.
No?
No. Not
Good.
exactly. But anyway, Danny, it's so really nice to see you. I watch most of your videos. Just because I don't comment doesn't mean that I'm not there. I love them.
Good. Yes.
This channel is fantastic.
Oh, it's very kind of you to say so, sir. And I watch yours usually. You're in the car, then you're in the garden, then you're in the supermarket, being a modern man, buying things that no man should be buying.
Oh, you saw that one, yeah.
I saw all of them.
Danny's talking about my videos, Glenn AFC New York on YouTube. Maybe you want to check it out. That'd be awesome. So, Danny, you all psyched for this game tomorrow?
After the shit that they put us through on a regular basis, I have no idea what I should and what I shouldn't expect. So after that 3-game loss, 3 shit teams, 3 shit games, and then we go and win 4-2 there. Does that boggle your mind? Boggle your mind. The boggles are on hats. Does that boggle your mind about what the bloody hell is going on? Because I don't even know where to start to make a prediction for tomorrow, or even what to expect, or anything.
I can ask you a question that would help you a little bit. About an hour ago, I was just, perusing the internet, and everything that I clicked on, Arsenal, Manchester United, said Arsenal are the clear favorites, and I'm like, I must be living in another fucking world. So there, take it from there. Do you think Arsenal are the clear favorites tomorrow?
Absolutely not. I don't think we're clear favourites if we're playing against ourselves in a pre-season friendly. Even then, I'm not confident of us actually pulling our fingers out and getting things done like they should do. I have Arteta and those boys, those wonderful, beautiful boys, have beaten every bit of confidence about football out of me, and I honestly don't know. I feel quite shell-shocked. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I feel the same way. It's because I remember when we went to United earlier in the season, I'm like, we should beat these guys. We really should beat these. And we lost 3-2. And tomorrow they're missing, what are they missing? Pogba, Fred, Cavani, somebody else. Did I write it down? And Shaw. Sure. They're all out tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I'm still not confident, because I really believe Partey and Tierney is a big miss for us.
Well, we've got the Egyptian wonder in midfield, the Egyptian Perlo, as those in the know like to call him. He's my brother from the Egyptian side of my family, which I've got no idea where the fuck that come from. They've got no idea what they're doing. So let's have a look back at some of the fixtures overall against these teams. Who there's only one team I hate more than Man United, and that's Spurs. And if anybody doesn't have those as their top 2, then they worry. Who's the 2 teams you hate the most?
Oh, Spurs and Manchester City. Manchester City because they're owned by an oil country, and is the government listening to us? Because I said that they're owned by an oil company. So that's my 2 most hated: Spurs and Manchester City.
Ah, good. Well, fair enough. Let's have a look at all that. That was just a text message. I forgot to mute my phone. Sean, when she remember, there's a show called The Weakest Link.
Yeah.
And yeah, Dan Robinson, and she used to go, "You are the weakest link. Goodbye." So Sean did that when she was about 5. I recorded it, and I have it as a ringtone and a message from all my texts. So over the years, we have played 235 games. Arsenal have won 85. We've drawn 50, but we've lost 100. So they're 15 ahead of us. So then I went and had a look at our last 3 fixtures at home against Man United in the Premier League. And you know what? I was pleasantly surprised. We played them on 30th of January 2021, 0-0. That's not too bad. The 1st of January 2020, we beat them 2-0 with goals from Pepe and Socrates. I was surprised. And then on the 10th of March 2019, we beat them 2-0 again. Xhaka and Aubameyang, and they had Lukaku playing for them. Are you surprised?
Yeah, that actually did surprise me that you dug that up. The thing that bothers me about Arsenal being clear favorites tomorrow is we don't know which Arsenal team is going to show up. I have more. I'm sorry, my dogs were just let out, and now they're running all over the place. What was I saying? I don't know which Arsenal team's going to show up, and I know that it's right now everybody's singing the praises of Nketiah, but I'm not confident with him either yet. I am a firm believer in taking hold of an opportunity, and he did that last game, and I'm hoping he does it again tomorrow. But Nketiah, I don't rate him. Ian Wright rates him, though. Ian Wright says give him time. He likes him.
Well, Ian Wright, if anyone knows, Ian Wright knows. We've had some followers on the old Twitch. We've had the Maddox 93 an hour ago, and Victorios 2 days ago, and Marky back 69 13 days ago, with nothing if not prompt with saying thank you. 13 bloody days. What are the people in the chat saying? Bulgarian Guna Drago is saying, no Pogba, no Fred, no Cavani, which is good. And then he says the rumour is Maguire will be benched, which sucks for us.
Oh my God, that guy has imploded.
We need him to play. Callum says Ronaldo might be starting tomorrow. I'm scared. Our very own Nick says, God, I really hate Man United. And Drago says again, Thierry rated Eddie as well.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I mean, who are we to argue with two of the top goal scorers for Arsenal? All we need now is Ted Drake to come out and with a Ouija board and go, I rate him too. And then the top 3 Arsenal goal scorers of all time have all come in on it. Boy 10 says, I said at the start of the season on various Arsenal fan channels that Nketiah was the best striker in the house. I like some humble pie with my glow. He's done it for one fucking game, boy.
Yeah.
Jesus, steady on.
Boy. The one thing I have discovered is that, when you guess something right, nobody gives a shit. So I don't even take. I nailed an Arsenal score a month ago. I didn't say anything. I'm just like, whatever. Nobody gives a shit.
Did you have any confidence for the Chelsea game? Because I certainly
didn't.
I thought we were going to get smashed.
Absolutely not. In fact, I tweeted the best kind of gift is something when you're expecting nothing. And I'm still on cloud 9 about that Chelsea game.
Matt D'Souza says, have you talked about Gabriel Jesus and rumour of him signing for Arsenal? Nope, because I've only been up about an hour. And then I did a Deliveroo and got myself loads of crisps and no chocolate or sweets, which is good. And I got myself some tuna sandwiches and some pork pies. Do you have pork pies over there?
Yes, we do. I'm laughing at crisps because I just got done watching what's his name, Ricky Gervais and Carl Pilkington, and when he goes away to different places, and he always brings his crisps with him, and that's why I laughed when he said that.
That's An Idiot Abroad.
Yes, that's the name of it.
Yeah, we and him are quite similar. There's a lot of things. I'm quite similar to both of them. I'm like they've had a baby. So it's just a fat baby. Drago says, I want to know what Super Malcolm McDonald thinks. Well, I saw a podcast of him on recently. Very, very interesting. He was the Ian Wright, the Thierry Henry, the Tony Woodcock of his day when he signed for Arsenal. He was a legend at Newcastle. It's wonderful. And Nick says 4-4. That was close. No, it wasn't.
We started with 3 at the back against Chelsea, and then we switched to 4. You think he's just going to start with 4 tomorrow, Danny?
I don't think he's got enough to change anything around too much. The only thing he might do is not play Ben White at right back, because we did concede 2 goals from stupid positions. You look at the one where their second goal, where it was as per unpronounceable bloke, and he was in the box on his own, and only Tavares was there with him. And when you're playing 3 centre backs, and I mean, Ben White was laying on the floor after being fouled and not getting anything for it. But where are the other 2 centre backs? How did that happen? So having Ben White there isn't really working. He's got a really good partnership with Gabriel this season, and I like that. So I think maybe, as much as I do like Big Bob, the only way I want to see Big Bob is if we're playing in the back 3, or he's coming in for one of those 2. But if they're fit, it has to be Gabriel and Benny Blanco starting. And I don't really want Cedric playing, because sometimes I like him, sometimes not so much. But at right back, he's our only really choice at right back, because what Arteta has done all season is not given players who aren't playing enough time to get match fit. And so when they do come in, they're cold, and they look how long that took Big Bob, the consummate professional. It took him half the match to get into the game, didn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Tomiyasu, have you heard anything on him? They didn't rule him out yet, did they? Do you think there's a chance he can start?
I'm looking at the playerinjuries.com, and it says potential return date the 23rd. So that is tomorrow. It said on yesterday, if he trains today and he feels good, then he will be available tomorrow. Yes.
He will be available tomorrow.
They're saying it's 50-50.
They'll probably start him on the bench. I'd feel a lot more confident tomorrow if Cedric wasn't in there and Tomiyasu was. Do you feel the same? You don't rate Tomiyasu?
Of course I do. Yeah, I'm just thinking whether this is such a really big, important game, and they are dirty bastards, because they've got fuck all to play for, really. They're not playing for the manager. They've had a shit time, and they are going to go out there and they're going to break someone. And I don't really want Tomiyasu to come back and then get broken straight away. I mean, they're going to try and spend the entire game trying to break Saka, and I'm not sure if I want. But there again, plus he's not match fit, is he? Because he's been out for so long. I think I just have to go with Suarez at right back, because if they break him, no one really cares.
Yeah.
That's a wonderful indictment on one of our players. Kill him. Don't care. Go on.
Just until the end, I was like right with you. I wanted to be a little mean about it because I have no confidence in him. I'm like, okay, Danny's staying all classy on this, so I'm not going to say I hate him. But I'm kind of confident about tomorrow. I saw several Manchester United channels that said this team has just phoned it in. They're only 3 points behind Arsenal. I don't know how this is true, but they say they're just phoning it in. Maguire's the worst center back in United history. And they really have they're going into this thinking they're going to get trashed like the Liverpool game. I'm like, you guys obviously don't know our team.
No. We could do. We could beat them 6-0. We're not bloody gonna, though.
Yes, no, but I know that could happen. I don't see it. Everybody would have to play out of their minds. We need another good game from Xhaka, and I want to give him credit too, because I've been one of his biggest critics. He was pretty damn good last game against Chelsea. But we need so many people to step up, I think, to win this game tomorrow. Because if United lose, they're out of it. No top 4 for them.
Well, all we got to do is win all of our games for the rest of the season, and we are in the Champions League, baby. Yeah.
Oh, all right. I see the sarcasm dripping through my monitor here. Danny, one game at a time.
No, I want 6 games at a time. I want them all played simultaneously. I want them all. I want it now.
Let's do double headers like baseball.
Let's do it. 600 games a season. Let's have a look in the chat, see what people are saying. Callum Barton says, what city do you like in America? I like any that are hot. So I would say LA. I used to like LA, but it's full of junkies and it's a shithole now. So I'd go Florida, because everyone's crazy in Florida and I like the weather. What about you?
Me? Give me Florida or Texas. That's about it.
Oh, I like Texas. You can shoot people and get away with it.
It's not because of the guns.
You get free horses and everything. I mean, Joe Rogan's moved to Texas, so might as well fucking go and live there. But I like the sea. Is there any sea? Is there sea? Is it landlocked, Texas?
No, there's. Oh my God! You're showing how stupid I am about my own country. Go look at a globe. There's water somewhere down south. I don't.
There's probably a river or a lake or a mountain or a swimming pool.
Dude, can I have to defend myself that I don't know the body of water that touches Texas, all right? I live in America. I love my country, but if I could flip a switch that would make me live in the UK and be a resident in the UK, I would flip that switch. My country is so effed up. So, yeah, that's my excuse for not giving a shit what body of water touches Texas.
Hell yeah. Nick says, potato chips for all the Americans. Matt says, Danny, crinkle, cut, or plain? Well, if you want to really see, I've got bacon rashers from the Co-op, and they're maize. And then I've got, these ones annoy me. These are cheese puffs. These will last me about a week. So they're cheese puffs. And then I've got a big bag of the orange-flavored Doritos because they're filth.
Good God, Danny, I can hear your toilet yelling, no!
No, they'll take me. Some of them will last me maybe the rest of the week. Since it's Friday, that means they'll be gone by midnight. Yes.
Oh, man.
Hantumi says, Tomiyasu might be back for the United game. We hope so. Callum asks about Callum, you're full of questions. You're like, what's his name? How can I forget? Phil Macker. 50% of the questions are good and 50% aren't. But this is what do you think of Burnley yesterday? If you guys watched it, do you think who do you think will get relegated? I think Everton are fucked because Everton. Burnley got a new manager and they're playing for. I think it's Michael Jackson is their new manager. So he's moonwalking along the touchline. He's making all the moves. He's got the white gloves on. I think under a different team, Burnley, a different manager, Burnley aren't going to be playing the shit football they were under Dyche. And I don't like Dyche, but it'd be hilarious to see Everton go down. But I don't dislike Everton, do you?
No, actually, I don't dislike Everton at all. And when you were talking about that, I was like, oh, geez, I hope they don't go down. I've always liked Everton. You know, it's a classy organization, great supporters. I really hope they don't go down.
Hello, Albert. He's in there. Drago says, man, I love Glenn's energy.
Oh, thanks.
Where do you get the energy from? Is it out of a can?
Yeah, it's out of a can. I live on these damn Red Bulls. You know, I know, but it's the only way I can survive with 2 dogs, 2 cats, 2 kids, and a wife that stole my workspace, and I'm outside.
God damn her. What if it starts snowing? Do you have to sit there and die? Die for the cause.
No, we're through with snow. It's spring has arrived in New York, and it's wonderful, actually. Kind of like me.
I watch a bloke on Twitch called Mikey, and he delivers Uber Eats on his he's got a mountain bike thing, and he streams it all day. He does 6 or 7 hours, 5 or 6 days a week of just him, and he's got a webcam thingy bob on him. He's got a GoPro, and he shows it all live. And you see him going around New York, and he is crazy and zipping in and out of the traffic. And I watch a few other people as well. Daily Dasher, he's in New York. He goes all around the world, and there's Mr. Keem. Anyway, I'm telling you stuff. I might as well speak in Japanese because you have no idea what I'm talking about.
No. I understood what you're talking about. I was just thinking, Danny, don't you wish we had this internet fun when we were kids? Oh, my God. You know, it's just so much fun.
Well, I got my first computer was a BBC B in 1982 or 3. And when my dad got it off a bloke he worked with, he had a computer company, and he gave him a modem for it. I didn't even have a phone upstairs. We had one phone downstairs then, and I think we'd only just got it. So that would have been about 1983, and I didn't get use the internet for the first time until 1996. So 13 years I waited to use that. No, you couldn't have used it. It's gone. But,
I don't remember a real quick internet story, and then we'll talk about the game. Whenever the Blair Witch Project came out, that movie, I know you don't like horror movies, Danny, but I'm sure you remember it. They pretended like it was a real, really filmed, and we were like, oh my God, this is real! A witch killed these people.
We did.
How can we shut up? How can we find out about this? We didn't have internet. We went to the library to look on the internet and found out it was all fake. And a couple of years after that, whenever the Blair Witch came out, finally had my first big giant computer. But anyway, I think we're going to win the game tomorrow 2-1, Danny.
How dare you bring this back on topic, David? Mr. Waffles.
I can't help it. It's my radio. It's my. I used to be on the radio, and I can't help myself because if we were doing a radio show on my old radio station, and you're talking about crisps, and I'm talking about the Blair Witch Project, my manager, the program manager, would have came in and yelled at us all. What are you doing? So that's why I got us back on topic. It's just a reflex to get us back on topic.
Is there any on YouTube of you or anywhere of you doing your shows? I'd love to listen to that.
I know some people. You know what? I'll check into that and get back to you a little bit later today.
Good. I'd love to listen. I am a talk-based radio fiend. I've listened to nothing but that. And we first started getting it over here in probably 1992, 93. And I probably listened to 8 to 10 hours a day of just talk-based radio. And sometimes I listen to the American ones, but I can't stand the fucking adverts. You got 5 minutes of adverts every 30 seconds.
It's unbelievable. You're lucky that you're not a sports fan here in the States with all these adverts. It's ridiculous to watch a baseball game. I kind of like baseball. I'm a Mets fan. A baseball game is 3.5 hours. You're not getting 3.5 hours of my time. I'll DVR it and I'll fucking fast forward it. So, yeah. Anyway, I think we're going to win 2-1 tomorrow.
Yeah, you're doing your very best to get this back on track. That's not why I got you on it. David, it says he grew up in Texas. He says, I left for a reason. Mr. Bob Lex is there. Evening all. How are we doing this Friday? Also, fuck Chelsea. Excellent. Yes. Fake frazzles. They didn't have the real frazzles, which is quite sad. How's the diet? How dare you, Nick? Matt D'Souza says Dallas was filmed in Texas. Danny, did you watch the show or the remake? I'm not a girl, and so I didn't watch either. I do not watch soaps. They're for women. Bob Lex says Everton are managed by Fat Frank. Let them go. Yeah, now that is the only good side about Everton going down is Fat Frank. That look on, he's going bald. The silly fucker.
Speaking of going bald, does Rob Holding think that we all don't remember that he had no hairline and now he looks like Rico Suave with his hair coming all the way out? No one's noticed that? Okay, I'm sorry.
I think when they take the plugs from the back of his head and they put it at the front, I think they've double dipped on the plugs. So he's got twice the amount of hair growing out the top of his head than he needs.
I mean, I understand. When I started losing my hair, I was devastated. But Rob, come on. I'm sorry. I broke a guy code there. I shouldn't point that shit out.
Yeah, I didn't care when I went bald. I started shaving it all off when I was about 20. Never bothered about it. Just means less things to wash. It's always a good thing. Here we go. Someone's getting us back online. Mr. Boblex says 3-1 Arsenal, of course. The Manx will get a spawny goal. I'm going to go, it's going to be 3-1 Man United because Ronaldo's back and he's the only player. And that bloke is 60 years old. And he is a fucking alien or a time traveler or he's a robot or something. And he's going to turn us inside out like he always fucking does. And it's going to be ridiculous. We're either going to have a good game and beat them or we're going to have a horrendous game and lose 3-1. They've told you they've beaten all the confidence out of me. I can't cope with it.
Did you see my jaw just drop to my patio here? 3-1, we're going to lose? All right.
And I bet they'll play shit as well and still beat us.
Okay, you know what? I can totally understand that because all they've done is set us up for broken fucking hearts. But I'm gonna stay positive. All right, Danny, let me ask you this. All right, 3-1. Your prediction is in. Boom, done. If we win, what will the score be?
2-0.
Okay.
Yeah, if things go up, but the referee's going to mug us off. Someone else put up here that the referee is who did they put? Someone definitely put in here. Matt D'Souza says apparently Craig Paulson is the ref and he's booked Xhaka the most number of times. There you go, job done, sealed. Just don't bother playing the game.
I don't believe that officials have agendas, but Craig Paulson's one of the worst officials in the Premier League. So now you put that little bit of doubt in my soup. Thanks a lot, Danny, and whoever told us that.
Drago's going 2-2. Mr. Boblick says Rob Holding got to help a friend with Gabriel, and how's the cat in the background? Not Danny's one. Oh, my one. I've got 2 on the table. I don't know where the others are. And what's your cat's called?
My cats, all right. First of all, my daughter named them when she was 5 years old. Okay, Cutie and Emily. That's the name of the two cats.
Sean name. So bet these are 12. So Sean was 12 and then we had these, or yeah.
Princess,
and they're called Betty. She named Betty and she named Lily. And I named Bergkamp, Merson, and Dora. But then Merson died. Not the player. That's not breaking news. The cat Merson died. Guilty dog.
My wife won't let me get a German Shepherd, so this is
Look
one
at
of our dogs. Yeah,
you are so.
Say hi.
What sort of dog is it?
I call it a rat dog, but it actually does have a name. I don't know. I don't remember. I'm sure someone could tell you what that is. Coco, get out of here. I'm not picking you up. You're too big. I'm sorry. So yeah, I say 2-1. You say you say we're gonna lose 3-1.
Nick says, "Funny looking cat."
Oh shit.
Oh dear. Yes. What else are we going to talk about? Yeah, Ronaldo. How is he doing what he does? Because Man United was shit against Norwich. He scored a hat-trick and they won 3-2. And Norwich were by far the best team on the day. When you've got that kind of ability and that kind of stuff, then he's such an unknown quantity of when he wants to play, he's unstoppable. And how can you be that at 37 years old or whatever he is? It just drives me crazy.
Do you consider Ronaldo greatest of all time? Or you give it to Messi? Or maybe somebody different?
Well, you look at Ronaldo. He did it at who did he come from? FC Porto, was it? He kind of did it there. Then he did it at Man United. Then he did it at Real Madrid. Then he did it at Juventus, and now he's banging in the goals here again. They're not winning stuff because the rest of the team are shit, but he's doing it. What has Messi done? Done it all with Barcelona, and then he goes to PSG and has taken 7 months to settle in, and still isn't. I mean, in that league, you would still be running that midfield in that league. That league is so average. I was going to say shit, but Chris might listen to this. So, yeah. No, he's definitely... I think depending on what you want, you should have the GOAT thing for all the different positions. And then he'd definitely make your 11. And like Drago says here, that Zidane would make it in there. I'm surprised you didn't say Georgi Hristov. I think that's a Bulgarian player. But then Messi would be in there. And then, yeah, I think so. But it's just because you're comparing apples and oranges when you want to say Messi and Ronaldo. Different players, different positions, different jobs. How about you?
For me, it's Ronaldo, hands down. I pretty much agree with everything you said. He's the reason I think they're going to get a goal tomorrow. I think it's very important because their confidence is very low. I think it's very important that we get the first goal and we come out on the front foot and press like we did against Chelsea. That Chelsea press was so beautiful.
Yes, it was, and it was the second half. We were doing counter-attacking, and that when who was it? I did the show with Femi from our pod, the wonderful Femstar, and he was saying, I said, how can you figure out what has happened here? And he said, it's simple. If we have to chase the game, we're shit. If we go 1-0 up early on and then they have to chase the game, that gives us the freedom and the opportunities to go and express ourselves and play decent football. So that's what we need to do. We need to go out there, score early, and then get another 6 or 7 on the counter-attacks. Because this game tomorrow could go any way. Did you see him play Liverpool at the weekend?
Oh, yes, I saw that game. I'm sorry.
Good God, that was almost a hate crime, what was going on there. That's how bad they were.
You made me snort.
Oh, one of your lot is here. Mike Hertz is there. Two of my favourites. He's I've had to break the news to him that I don't like Mexicans. I only ever knew one Mexican, and that was him. And now, because of Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, I don't like Mexicans. And him and the Arsenal luchador, they're both broken men now. But there you go. So it's sad times. Yes, there's 23 of you here. Why are 23 people watching this? Haven't you got better stuff to be doing? It's just meant to be me and Glenn just laughing about shit and talking nonsense. You'd be a great guest for next time Mike's away for the Sunday roast. we talk about anything. It's roast as in a dinner, not as in horrible to each other. I think you'd make a great guest for that.
Oh, that sounds friggin' awesome. Where do you stand on Arteta? Is there a certain benchmark you have for Arsenal to be at the end of the season for you to want him next season, or has he already earned another season for you?
He's definitely earned the next season with me. As much as I moan on Twitter about it, the reason we didn't do anything in the January transfer window is because we're saving up all of our money for the summer window, and then hopefully we're going to do what we did last summer and buy 5 or 6 first team players, or 4 or 5 first team players and a couple of young backup players like Tavares and Lokonga. But then if you do that, that means he'd have spent 400 million-ish in 2 summer transfer windows. And then you can't sack a manager after that. So then you'll have to give him the whole of next season, even though things might go wonky. But it's a young team full of young players. How about you?
I'm absolutely on board with Arteta for another season. For the longest time, I was Arteta out. And then I realized this team is different and it's improving. Yes, I blame Arteta. He is not 100% perfect. Like you said, he's going to make mistakes. In the January transfer window, I said, do not get rid of Aubameyang unless you bring in another striker. I don't care who it is. We didn't do that. And Nketiah hopefully will will continue to take that mantle right now. And even if he's just playing for a contract, go out there and kick some ass. So yeah, I was mad at Arteta for not getting a midi in January. Anybody. I thought we were a little too picky about that. And I thought we were paying the price when all these injuries happened. But damn it, we beat Chelsea. The team stepped up. This team has changed. It is not the same. It's improving. And I believe that he earned another season.
The truth is out there, Glenn. The truth is out there.
That's all I'm saying. It's like this team has improved. I don't know how you cannot see that.
And it's a joy to watch at times. And there is more good things than bad things. There's some areas, but you look at our 3 best league games, 3 of our best games this season. When we're down to 10 men away at Liverpool, fantastic. Home against Man City, fantastic. And away against Chelsea. They're the top 3 teams in the league, people. We've had kill it.
I'm not going to kill a bumblebee the size of my fist.
Oh, was it a bee? Oh, don't kill bees.
No, I wouldn't kill it because they're endangered. Yes, I know. I'm a wipe out. Go. I'm listening to you. I can listen to you and be scared at the same time.
You want to see me if there's a spider in the house? I'll be gone. I'll just leave you to get on with it all by yourself. You want to see tyre smokers? I'll leave the house.
Sorry. Go ahead.
So how encouraged are you, but that 3 of our best defensive, attacking, combined whatever games this season have been against the top 3 teams in the league, and they are probably 3 of the best teams in the world, not just 3 best teams in our league, and we've held our own against all of them for quite some time. Even Pep come out and said that's one of the. Did he say something like Arsenal should have won that, or I can't remember.
Yes. Yeah, look, I don't know. You probably can't see it. I have goosebumps from you talking about this. FB again. I have goosebumps from you talking about that because that is like one of my biggest joys I get from this improving Arsenal team.
It's true. Yes, you stopped quite suddenly there. Drago
I give short answers. It's the radio me. You go on too long on the radio, your program director comes in, shut up, you're a babbling monkey during the commercials, the adverts. So, yeah.
True.
I have to be quick.
James Whale on Talk Radio tells them to shut up. They don't know anything. He said, don't press any buttons. I'm talking, and he used the word bollocks the other night on the radio. Because it's weird in this country. After 9 p.m, you can swear and say whatever you want on TV, but on radio, there's no watershed, and you're not allowed to do any of the bad language. It's ridiculous. And I'm not saying drop C-bombs all the time, but you should be able to tell morons to fuck off a little bit more often because they're, good God.
Wait, I'm sorry, Dan, to interrupt you, but Danny, the C-bomb is just a noun and adjective, a verb in the UK. What are you talking about, C-bomb? I'll keep it family friendly, but I mean, you guys, it's like, oh, look, there's your auntie. Go give the big C a kiss. What are you talking about? The C-bomb.
True. Yeah. Drago says there have been a few lows, but the highs have been pretty good, and there's becoming more highs than lows, but the thing that really pisses me off about Arteta is the fact that he leaves the subs too late, and there's too many players that aren't getting enough game time to keep themselves match fit. And I keep going on about this, and we see it. Tavares came in after not playing for ages and was shit. Lokonga came in, he was shit. Big Bob, he was knackered in the first half. And then even when Cedric came in, the first 2 or 3 games, he was shit. And then he was good, and then he was shit again. And then last night he came on and he did all right. But are you confident that Eddie can score us the goals? Because if Eddie isn't scoring the goals like he did the other night, then Lacazette isn't going to score the goals, is he? And he's not going to let Pepe try and score the goals. And we can't rely on Smith Rowe, Saka and Ødegaard to score the goals. That's not really their job, is it? And Martinelli, well, I'd love to see him start up front.
That'd be nice. No, Martinelli's not going to start up front. We experimented with Martinelli as a striker in training, and then we didn't hear anything of it. This was last season. Just a couple of months ago, Martinelli said, I like playing on the wing. So I think that experiment, at least for now, is over. As far as Nketiah and Lacazette, this just shows you how the Premier League season can change. 3 weeks ago, if you told me I'd want Nketiah over Lacazette, I'd say, what drugs are you on and where can I buy them? I did not rate Nketiah, but I like what he did last week. I don't think we would have scored a couple of those Nketiah goals if it was Lacazette up front. So, yeah, keep it going, Nketiah. Even if you're just playing for a contract, give it 110% and score a couple tomorrow. His hustle is fantastic. I like his hustle.
We have missed that in years, that fox in the box, that elusive thing. But Arteta has said all season that he wants him to stay and the contract offer is on the proverbial table. But do you think Eddie is going to want to stay? Because there's plenty of clubs out there that he'll go and he'll be their main striker, bottom half table teams.
That's it. That's a fantastic question. I think it's a several layered question, though, because if you just go to a little as a month ago, and Nketiah was just like, anyone that asked him, he's like, yeah, I want out. I want to play somewhere else. Just a couple of days ago, he said, yeah, we'll see what happens. I love Arsenal. Let's see what happens. I think it's going to depend on if we sign a striker, a kick-ass striker. Because if we sign a kick-ass striker, he's not going to want to stay. Will we be honest with him? Arteta says, yeah, we want to give you a contract, but, it could be like you're just playing in the Carabao Cup, dude. And maybe
but is he good enough next season to be a backup to whoever we get? Because there again, we're probably going to get 2 strikers in the summer, hopefully. I don't think he's good enough to be backup.
No. The way I look at it is, would Nketiah be a backup for City or Chelsea or Liverpool or even United? No. He wouldn't be a backup for any of them. Well, those are the teams we were battling for top 4.
I mean, for years I've gone on about how good he is at scoring goals at the lower levels. And last night he was brilliant. I mean, against Chelsea, he was fantastic. Magnificent performance, probably his best performance ever playing for Arsenal, partly because of the opposition and the competition, as in the Premier League. I know he's got done well in the League Cups and stuff, but hopefully he's going to get a chance the rest of the season. We've got 5 or 6 more games to go. I'd like to see him start all of those games, and then we can make a judgment on. We can give a judgment like they give a fuck what we say. We can make we can change our personal opinion of him. Stan's there.
Hi, Stan. Here's my deal with Nketiah, and I'll bring it back to Arteta. When I was Arteta out, I said I want to be proven wrong. Let him prove me wrong. I'll say I'm sorry, I was wrong. It happened. He proved me wrong. I said I'm sorry. He deserves more time. Look at those 5 guys he got in the summer. Holy crap! I complained about every single one of them. So now Nketiah, I said he's had several chances to grab that brass ring through injury, and he hasn't. Last game he did. Prove me wrong, Nketiah. Prove me wrong that you couldn't play for any of the top 4 clubs as a backup. That's all I'm saying. Prove me wrong. I would love to be wrong about Nketiah. Ian Wright and Thierry Henry think I'm wrong about him.
Like Stan says there, Eddie isn't the future. We should just enjoy his last dance.
I agree. I absolutely agree with Stan. Eddie, play for your contract. And let's spend some money this summer.
Yeah, and it would be a shame, but he'll go somewhere else and he'll be an average. But there again, if we're in the Europa League next season, I think the Europa League would suit him perfectly. Not the conference, not the Europa Conference League, because that's bullshit. But the Europa League, then maybe keep him next season, and then we'd only have to buy 1 striker. But if we're playing Champions League football next season, he's nowhere near good enough for that. We need 2 decent strikers. 1 brilliant and then 1 decent.
Put yourself in his shoes. Danny. What is he, 23?
Yep.
This is it, man. This is it. This contract is the big one. All right. He's going to want to play all the time. I'm sorry. I spit a little bit there. He's going to want to play all the time. He's
That's
going to
what attracts the bees.
He's going to want to play all the time. This is his big contract at 23 years old. Let him go. Like Stan said, we enjoy him, and good luck to you. Thanks for your contribution. I agree. So
how about Gabriel Jesus? Would you have him?
Yes, absolutely. Gabriel, are you kidding me? He could. He finishes up strong. He could be Arsenal's player of the season, in my opinion.
I mean, for Man City, Gabriel Jesus.
Oh, I thought you were talking about our Gabriel. I'm sorry.
No, see, that's the problem. Why I don't want the Man City Gabriel, because then we'll have 3 Gabriels at the club. we won't know what the fuck's going on.
Okay, reset. What's your question?
People are talking about Man City striker Gabriel Jesus coming to Arsenal. I'm just looking at his stats here.
Tell me how old he is.
He is 20. He's only just gone 25. Okay. He's Brazilian. He's 5'9". He's got 18 goals in 54 games for Brazil, which is a pretty decent number. And then for Man City, well, fuck this. In the Premier League this season, he's got 3 in 23. I imagine he hasn't played much. Well, Man City don't play with a striker, do they? So he's kind of knackered. But his best season for Man City was 2 seasons ago. He scored 23 in 53. And the season before that, 21 in 47 when they did play with a striker. So he scores goals.
Is his contract out?
I've got absolutely no idea.
Okay. I love the Brazilian players, and it's not just because my dad was born in South America. I love Brazilian players. I've always liked Jesus. I think he would be phenomenal on Arsenal. But we don't know if his contract's out, and if it's not, this is just paper talk, and I don't like talking paper talk, because it's usually bullshit.
Well, he also hasn't scored for Brazil in a while. 2 games this year, no goals. 11 last year, no goals. 2 in 2020, no goals. And then he scored 7 in 14 in 2019. But I think people are saying that he could be about 35 million.
Okay, Danny,
he's got 1 year left.
Danny, if the stories are true, just before we came on, you were playing a stock market game. So you're gonna appreciate this when I'm talking about Jesus. Buy low, sell high. Get him now. This guy's going to be phenomenal on Arsenal. Absolutely. I absolutely believe that.
Isn't that what we said about Pepe? Buy high, sell low. No.
Well, Pepe wasn't on my radar, but I was happy when I researched him when we got him. And several Arsenal fans before we got him said, oh, he would be great on Arsenal. Yeah, you never know. What? Because I say it's going to happen? If that's true, I wouldn't be sitting in this shitty backyard. I think he would be phenomenal on Arsenal. Opinions are like assholes, Danny. Everybody has one. That's mine. If you don't like Jesus, I respectfully disagree.
And some people have too. Mr. Boblek says it's going to be 20 to 25 million with 7.5 million add-ons. And then Nick says he can be the new Mkhitaryan. Right.
Oh, all right. You guys are just going to throw all these failures out now. Fine.
You don't need any of that nonsense to ruin our day. We've been going for 43 minutes. It only seems like a lifetime already. That's
what?
I know. It's crazy. Have you got much time left?
If I want those kind of insults, I'll go hang out with my wife. I still have I have till 2:00 before she bugs me.
Okay. So thoughts for the rest of the season? Can we finish top 4?
Yes, absolutely. It's going to be a bumpy ride, but that win against Chelsea put us right back in the mix. I was done. I'm like, oh, God, Europa League again. I hate the Europa League. And we beat Chelsea. I wasn't expecting anything from Chelsea. Are you kidding me, Danny? Yes, we're in the top 4 race. That's the easiest question you asked me.
How about Spurs away? What's your thoughts on that? If this doesn't make your head explode, nothing will. Oh, here we go. He's having dark thoughts.
You got me. That's why I love coming on with you. It's such a great channel. You always get me. I'm taking it one game at a time. I'm not.
No, you're not allowed that. No, that.
Oh, really? All right. I'm mildly confident. God, there's so many things. They're playing Brighton after us tomorrow, right? Is it Brighton at Brighton? Is that? Can you look on your little computer screen? They're playing Brighton after our game tomorrow. I'm pretty sure, and it's going to be a tough game. It's away.
They're playing away at Brentford.
Oh, Brentford.
Yeah. Brentford, who haven't lost a game when Eriksen's been playing for them.
Nice.
Yeah, and I think they're in the top 6 of the current form table of the last 6 games.
Yeah, so they got a tough game tomorrow. Look, all right, you want to jump ahead to Spurs? I'm mildly confident on this Friday, a million years before the Spurs game. I'm mildly confident. That's the best answer you're going to get, my friend.
Oh, I'm just dreading it. Even if we go and smash Man United tomorrow, and then is it the game after that? I can't remember which order the games are going to go in. So we got Man United on Saturday, 12:30 kickoff, which should be a crime. Oh, and then on the 1st of May we are away to West Ham. That's going to be a tough one, but they have got their Europa League semi-finals between. That game is in between their 2 semi-finals, so that's going to be the Friday, the 1st of May. No, that's not right. It's going to be Sunday, the 1st of May. I was looking at the wrong part of the calendar. And then on the 8th of May, a week later, we're at home to Leeds. And then they got the big one, 12th of May. It worries me. I don't like it. They've got a run of, I think that one of their last games is going to be Burnley. And Burnley are quite an informed team at the moment. They should hopefully go out there and... but they have got that ricket in them, haven't they? Didn't they recently lose 1-0 to Brighton?
Yes. I'm just like, why are you twisting yourself up like this? Why don't you just worry about one game at a time? You're like my wife. She looks ahead at everything. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing. But with Arsenal, it could be a bad thing. You're going to look at that schedule and honestly say, oh, Leeds, we'll win that game. After what just happened to us before Chelsea? No way. You cannot look at this. First of all, there's no easy games in the Premier League. Of course, that's the most obvious thing that's been said in this whole show right now. But you cannot look at that schedule. Got that one. Yeah, this is going to be a tough. No, we don't know what's going to happen. That's
not happening.
That's why we have to do one game at a time.
If with Arteta, we can't even do more than one half at a time, can we? Because you never know what's going to happen in the next half. We could 4-0 the first half and then lose 5-0 the second half.
You're going to force me to defend Arteta when I'm still a little bit mad at him for putting Xhaka at left back a couple games ago. Look, I think Arteta has improved in his second half strategy. You don't think so? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. That's one of the reasons I think he deserves another season. He has improved personally. He's still a stubborn asshole, but I'm not supposed to curse. Am I allowed to curse?
Say whatever the fuck you want.
Okay. Okay, because you wouldn't say C before. Just
that one word.
Oh, it's just that one word. Okay.
Yeah, I use it all the time at home. I regularly call my cats the C word all day long. But it's just using on YouTube, the algorithms, they don't like it. Don't swear. Kids might be watching. Fuck the kids.
No, the C word is forbidden here in America. If my wife hears it, my next broadcast would be under a bridge in Brooklyn. So that's for me, you even said that Arteta's earned another season for you. You haven't seen his improvement in fixing things a little bit in the second half, adjusting. Yes, he does his substitutions too late.
To see, the Chelsea game, the ball was coming towards him on the touchline, and Smith Rowe was running after it, and he's going to Smith Rowe, come on, get a ball. And Smith Rowe should stop and go, what, I'm fucking running towards the fucking ball. What are you talking about? You don't need to shout at me to come and get the ball. I'm not a fucking Labrador. I know I'm going to come and get the ball. You shut your trap, you dickhead.
I didn't know I didn't see that clip. I'm going to have to look for that.
Smith Rowe. It's ridiculous.
Oh my gosh!
He is learning his lessons, but I think sometimes he's a little bit too stubborn. But maybe he gets that from Wenger because Wenger was so stubborn. That's what broke Wenger in that decade of shame. Of his stubbornness, his substitutions at the same time, all the time, constantly trying to get players to play in positions that they weren't meant to play, because it worked with the likes of Lauren when he came. He was a right midfielder and he turned him into a fantastic right back. And I think Kolo Touré was a central midfielder and he turned him into a centre back and all these things like that. But Arteta hasn't got the skills to do that. And then you see so many players have been wasted. Like you think, well, if we're losing a game and then he likes to chuck everybody on, then why not do it a little bit earlier? Why not give... You can't say to Pepe, you're not playing. Oh, here you go. Now run on and get 15 minutes. I expect you to score a goal. It's not going to happen until it does.
I can't argue with that. I think the player, the 70 million Pepe is somewhere inside of him, but I don't think he's been handled correctly. Sure, I can give Arteta crap for that. Absolutely. I think Pepe is a good player that, he'd get, like you said, get into a run of form. Next thing you know, he's sitting down. But Arteta's gotten better at that too. Look at how the youngsters have progressed under Arteta. It's like you're not going to be 100% perfect all the time. As far as Pepe goes, I'd love to see if they could convert him into a striker. I know it'd be kind of a waste of his speed, but right now we need. What's going to happen if Nketiah gets? Oh, then we got Lacazette. But they're both gone at the end of the season. If I were Pepe, I'd be like, hey, why not take up striker in training? Help the team. I'm a team player. I don't know.
Sai says, are we all positive, or are we going down on a death spiral? I think we're a positive death spiral at times, coming one way and back up the other. It's just, but I think, to be fair to Arteta and the boys, they are good more often than they are bad. We may have lost 3 games in a row, but we were having so many shots at goal, and then we couldn't do anything about Fraser Forster having the game of his life. His highest rated stat rating of the season. Absolutely unbelievable. And then against the other teams, we're just unlucky. I think all it takes is we have to have a striker, which annoys me about the January transfer window, because imagine the number of top-flight teams in the world that have got strikers that aren't playing for them. We could have got one of them on loan, and he didn't do it. A short-term loan, just to have someone else there to put the pressure on Lacazette. He didn't do it. It's little things like that annoy me, but we are a better team now than we were 6 months ago, and we're a better team now than we were a year ago, and we will be better in 6 months than we are now. I think that's the best way to look at it, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, I'm not going to turn down anything positive you say. You've been so you predicted we were going to lose 3-1 tomorrow.
That's because I'm just a gooner, and it's been beaten into me over the years. Not back in the invincible days from 98 until about 2005. I thought we'd win every game, and slowly over the years, it's a death by 1,000 cuts, isn't it? So but that's why it eventually gets the better of you.
Remember when we had those games in hand and we were laughing at all of our competition, when they were blowing their games in hand, and then we did it. That's why I refused to go on Twitter and have a little fun with Spurs fans and other fans. So look. I think we're going to win 2-1 tomorrow. I think we're going to be very excited. As far as, I think his name was Sai, said, are we in a death spiral? I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, Sai.
No, that's right.
Death spiral. Sai, check it out. We beat Chelsea a few days ago. Be a little more positive, my friend. Death spiral. Damn.
So I say to people when they come on here, you have to have one prediction with your head, one prediction with your heart. So with my head, I'm going to say we're going to lose 3-1. With my heart, I'm saying we win 2-0.
With my head, 2-1. With my heart, 3-1.
Oh, hello, cheeky. Right, people in the chat, at home, on the bus, in the bath, on the toilet, taking the dog for a walk. Hello. Pick up your dog shit if you can. And people, don't park your vehicles partly on the pavements, because if I see them, you're going to need to take your car to the body shop, because I'm going to drive into it. Yes, so put your predictions in the chat, people, and we'll highlight them. And I would say, as usual, go and put them in the comments on the YouTube channel. We'll have a look at them after the game tomorrow. We've actually got an old ABW coming back for the game tomorrow. Oh. He messaged me this afternoon. It's someone who lives in North America. You have to wait and see who it's going to be, but it's almost definitely going to be Carl, maybe John, and either me. This other person. And it's going to save that for a surprise.
When is that going to be on?
12:30 kickoff, so it'll be about 2:30 tomorrow afternoon. So about 10 minutes after the game finishes. And so, our mate's coming back to do a show, which is lovely.
Nice.
Not going to ruin it. And so it's definitely going to be Carl and our mate, and then either John or me. And hopefully we'll be talking about a fantastic win. Mr. Boblex, Sai says 8-2 and 2-8.
Bastard.
Mr. Boblex has gone 3-1 Arsenal. Mr. Boblex says Noza. Noza's never been on. Yeah, we've had quite a few of you on over the years, but Nova hasn't been on. Look at that. Nick has put a link to your Twitter. and I should
thank
go
you.
and I'm gonna go
Thank
and
you,
while
Nick.
they're doing that, I'm gonna go and have a look for Glenn in.
Don't go out of your way, Danny. For those of you who don't know, I have a YouTube channel, AFC New York. I post videos. I'm going to have one after the Manchester United game. Plus, I have a really awesome interview with Lee Judges that I'm going to post soon. That's Glenn AFC New York on YouTube.
That's why I couldn't find it.
That B is back. Go ahead, Danny.
GLENN. Glenn AFC New York.
Danny, I
there
swear, I know you're not supposed to kill bees, but if he does another fucking flyby, I'm getting my spray. Okay, I'm back. Hello.
Why can't I find your channel? I'm bloody subscribed to it. Well, I'm gonna have to go and do it the alphabetical way. G for Glenn. Here, it's no spaces. That's why I couldn't find it. So here you go, people. Here is here. Go and click on that. There you go. That's Glenn's YouTube channel, and they're only about 5 or 6 minute long videos. They are funny. They're going to make you laugh, and
Thank you, Danny.
It's always fun to have a look at.
Thank you, Danny. Thank you, Danny. I try to inject a little humor into our stress as Arsenal fans. My wife texted me.
Time to go.
Yeah, I got 2-1.
Yeah.
Although my heart says 3-1, but you only can pick one, so I say 2-1. Danny, just blurt it out there again. You think we're gonna lose 3-1?
Only because it's Arsenal. We shouldn't lose. We should beat them because we're at home. We should beat them something like 4-0 because they're shit. But that's Arsenal for you. So that's it. We're gonna go now.
Yeah,
Glenn,
just take it one day at a time, Danny. For your mental health, take it one day at a time. Yeah, come on, you Gunners.
Excellent. Right, and we will see you tomorrow, 10 minutes after the game, because I'm not doing a preview tomorrow because I'm not getting out of bed that bloody early. And so, if you like the channel, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. If you don't like the channel, go over to Not Another Arsenal Podcast and give them a thumbs down on all their videos. Because that's what you do when you're angry. So that's what I do when I'm angry. Anyway, thank you very much, Glenn. It's always a delight talking to you. Makes my day.
Right back at you, Danny. Right back at you.
Excellent. All right. Thank you very much, everybody else. And we will see you tomorrow after the game. Goodbye.